Welcome to the Solar Line Business Babes podcast. My name is Susan Francis and I'm a mindset manifestation expert, business coach and mentor helping women quantum leap their business success and make the seemingly impossible a reality. And if you're here, you've been called here for a reason. You know within your soul that you are capable of so much more, and I'm here to help you unlock your full potential and manifest your dream life and business. It is my mission to empower female entrepreneurs to connect back to their soul, to their true calling, and to create a business from a place of alignment and purpose. So if you're struggling with hard work and force in your business, then get ready to let go of everything you think you know. It's time to forget all the stress, all the strategies, all the hustle, and instead unlock the secret to manifesting your next level of abundance. Join me as I deep dive into creating a business that flows, teach you how to trust your intuition, create a mindset of abundance, experience more joy, and to learn how to become magnetic to the money and success you desire. I have a down-to-earth, strictly no BS approach and make the woo-woo seem logical and actionable. I know that the knowledge, tools, and insights I share will change your life and the way you approach your business forever, and I'm excited to help you expand. Let's get started. Welcome back. So in this episode, we're going to talk about masculine and feminine energy. And in particular, is your masculine energy keeping you stuck? Because this is definitely something that I have had to work through and a lot of my clients have had to work through. So I'm just assuming that some of my listeners might be going through this too. So we are, as a society, we are brought up with a very masculine energy, and I'll explain a bit more what that is. But our planet has been dominated by masculine energy and the feminine energy is rising. You might have heard people talk about this. The feminine energy is rising. Now, we need both, right? We need both masculine and feminine energy. Everyone does. Men and women need both. And being male doesn't mean that your predominant energy is masculine and vice versa. Being female doesn't mean that your predominant energy is female or is feminine. So I'm going to explain a little bit about what these energies are and then how they relate to your business and how they can be playing out in your life. Okay. So yeah, typically one of these energies is dominant for people. And, so you might, for example, you might have a male friend who's just really in touch with his feelings and just able to express himself really well and perhaps is very creative. He could potentially be more in his feminine energy, right? That feminine energy might be more dominant for him. And in contrast, if you're a woman who's just a go-getter, you're all about, you've got lots of drive and ambition and you're a hard worker, then you've probably been mostly dominant in your masculine energy. And this was definitely the case for me and is definitely the case for a lot of women who work in corporate, who are high achievers, who are ambitious. And so I'll talk about that at the end. But let me just explain a little bit what is masculine energy and what is feminine energy, just so you can really understand what it is when I talk about this. So the masculine energy is very focused. It has clarity. It's very action orientated. So it's about planning and systems and processes, right? It's all about taking the action, getting the results. The masculine energy is also very protective. So it fights for what he believes in. And it's all about, like I said, achieving the goals, getting the outcome, but protecting anything that's going to get in the way of that. And the masculine energy thinks in a very linear way. So the masculine energy, because it's very focused, it's like, okay, I'm at point A and I want to get to point C, so I have to go through point B. So these are my steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, this is how I'm going to get there, right? It's logical, it's action orientated, it's system focused, it's process driven. It's all about to get from point A to C, I've got to go through B, right? That's the masculine energy sort of in a nutshell. And look, it's explained a lot of different ways. So this is just my take on it and my understanding of it and how I like to look at it, because this is how it's really helped me understand what's going on in myself personally and also in my business, right? Now, the feminine energy is flow and it's dynamic. right? So it's all about the flow. It's unpredictable. It's not logical, right? The feminine energy is connected to the heart. So it's connected to the heart. It's expressive. It's creative. It's magnetic energy, right? So it's rather than going out and pushing to get something done, to force, to push, to make happen, it's magnetic. So it's more about drawing to you, right? Bringing into you. So it's magnetic. Now, feminine energy is also really connected to intuition and guidance. And the feminine energy can see possibilities that are sort of invisible to the structured masculine energy approach, because the feminine energy has more of a diffused focus. It can see more things. It's not as singularly sort of focused, right? So it's got a more diffused focus. So the feminine energy can create opportunities that are in contradiction to logic and may seem impossible to the masculine energy, right? And the feminine energy perceives time differently too. So it sees things in more of a circular or a cyclical way. The feminine energy doesn't see time in needing to go from point A through point B to point C. The feminine energy can feel that she's at point A and can immediately jump to point C without going through B, right? Does that make sense? So it's just a different way of looking at things, because the feminine energy is magnetizing things to her. It's often not logical, right? It's often not logical. And so if you're following your feminine energy, it's often not as logical. So that's kind of a bit of an explanation as to how I look at it. Like I said, there are lots of different ways to explain it, and you may have heard other definitions, and there's certainly a lot more I could go into. But I guess I just want to talk about it more specifically in a practical sense. That's my masculine energy talking. A practical sense, how it's played out in my life, how it's affected me, how it's affected my business, and how the masculine and feminine energies have affected my business specifically, right? Because that's what I'm all about. I'm all about helping you build your business. So, like I said, we are brought up in a very masculine way. And what I mean by that is we are taught that you have to work hard, you have to follow these steps, you need to do X, Y, Z to get the results. It's all about processes. It's all about systems. You know, if you're going into, like I was saying, especially if you're a corporate career, it's all about action, 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 putting in the effort, putting in the hours, achieving those results, right? It's all about that. And so, you know, and that was absolutely my energy for sure. I was always like, I'm going to get it done. I can work hard. I can get up earlier, stay up later. I can do it. You know, I can make it happen. I can be focused, all of that, right? All of that. And so when I came into my business, I approached it the same way. I was like, okay, cool. These are all the things I have to do. Okay, I need to do step 1, step 2, step 3. I've got to get all these things done. I've got to look at things in a logical way. I've got to make all these things happen to get it done. But the thing was, and I was following a lot of marketing strategies that I'd learned from various people. And, you know, in the beginning, a lot of male gurus, right? Male gurus, this is the way, this is what you need to do. You know, you might have heard some people talk about, you just need to work 100 hours, you know, you just need to work hard and it will pay off. And there are a lot of things, a lot of approaches, a lot of language, a lot of actions that didn't feel good to me. But I just kind of pushed that feeling place aside and was like, let's just get shit done, right? Let's just make it happen, because that's my masculine energy leading the way, right? And when I really stepped into all of this work, when I really stopped and went, that approach not only is not working, it does not feel good. I'm continually doing actions that I do not like, that feel exhausting, right? That just feel like hard work, that just don't feel good, that feel a bit icky. I'm just not liking it, right? I'm just not liking it. So when I really deeply connected to this work, I allowed myself to slow down. I allowed myself to connect more with my feminine energy. And what that often looked like was resting more, doing more meditation, journaling, really connecting to the energy first, which is what I bang on about all day, every day, right? Connecting to the energy of what you want first, feeling it, and then allowing your intuition and your guidance to lead the way. So often, when I was following one of my male mentors, it was like, do this, do that, do this, these are all things you need to do. When I started following my feminine intuition and my guidance, I started doing things that perhaps seemed illogical or out of order or didn't make sense, or maybe it just seemed like I was going all over the place, right? One day I'm doing this, the next day I'm doing that. Oh, I've got inspired to write this post, I'll do that. Oh, I feel like I might start a podcast, I'll do that. I was allowing myself to just have my intuition guide me. It led the way. I focused all of my effort on aligning my energy, releasing any blocks or resistance that were telling me, any limiting beliefs that were telling me why I couldn't have what I desired. And when I was fully embodying, which is the feminine energy, fully embodying where I wanted to go, what I wanted to create, from that place, from that excitement, from that deep knowing, I was guided, right? I was guided. And that, in my mind, is the secret to taking those quantum leaps. It is not logical. It is not logical to go from $0 to $5,000 a month to 15K months, right? It's not logical. On one of the previous episodes, I interviewed a beautiful client of mine, Carolyn, and she went from 10K months to 35K months in 60 days. And she didn't do more work. She did less work. She spent more time connecting to herself, aligning her energy, embodying the results that she wanted, where she wanted to go, and then the action she took was intuitively guided, right? She allowed her guidance and her intuition to lead her. And that is the secret, right? That is the secret. If you're operating from a place of, I'm going to make this happen, I'm just going to put in all the effort, I'm going to do this and that, and this is how it's going to work, you're going to probably get there. But it's going to take longer and it's going to be harder. So it does work. Obviously, the masculine energy works. But if you want to take those quantum leaps, if you want to operate with ease and with flow, then you need to let go of your masculine energy more. Like I said, we need both, so it still needs to be there, but you need to connect more to your feminine energy. You need to connect more to how you feel. You need to trust the intuitive pulls. You need to express yourself fully. And this is one of the other things too with women. I find that they're not always fully expressing what's on their heart, what's on their mind, right? It's often sort of a little bit of holding back. And when you allow yourself just to fully feel into that and just trust where you're being guided, trust the pulls, things will unfold in a magical way. It's not logical, right? It is not logical. And that's the beauty about it. That's the beauty about it. You cannot get there. You cannot sort of take those quantum leaps from that masculine energy of this is what I have to do to get there. I've got to follow XYZ formula and then it will happen. When you connect to the feminine energy, like I said, you will receive the guidance. You'll just get little pulls, little ideas that might not seem like is the right thing to do, right? That is the right thing to do. Your intuition is always guiding you when you are connected to the truth of who you are. When you're really, like I said, embodying that next level, allowing yourself to just feel into what that feels like, knowing what it looks like, feeling what it looks like, embodying the woman who already has it. You will collapse time and you will go from A to C, right? You will magnetize the energy to you, magnetize the opportunities to you, the clients to you, whatever your business is, you will magnetize it to you. And like I said, it happens in a magical way. the opportunities that have come my way this year, have not been expected, and I couldn't have planned it, right? I couldn't have planned it. I've had, multiple publications reach out to me now about doing interviews and things and writing articles. And because I am tuned more into my feminine energy, and I love writing, I love creating, right? And I'm embracing that part of me. I'm also focused on, expanding and growth and reaching more people. These opportunities are coming to me that are assisting me in doing that in a way that I just love, right? I couldn't have planned it. I couldn't have strategized it. I've magnetized it. And so this is often one of the things that women can find difficult to do when they've come from corporate and they are sort of stuck in their masculine energy, right? When it's all about the hustle and the hard work and I'm going to make it happen, and I just need, I'm going to figure it out, I'm going to implement another strategy, and I'm just going to work a few more hours and all of that stuff. You can get there, but it's exhausting. And, like I spoke about my client, Carolyn, who, when she came to me, Carolyn who spoke on the podcast an episode or two ago, she was already doing quite well in her business, 10 to 15K months, and that she'd achieved that over a couple of years. But she was working hard in her business. And she wanted to scale. She was really ambitious. So I love that ambition. But she was like, when she came to me, she wanted to get to 35K months, and she didn't believe it was possible without more hard work, right? She didn't believe that just her alignment and her energy that could create. But as, I taught her these processes, she tuned more into her feminine energy. She slowed right down. She spent more time aligning, journaling, meditating, doing the things that helped her connect, spending more time in nature. She was intuitively guided and her energy magnetized. So here's the thing. She didn't even take necessarily hardly any different actions. There are a few little pulls of things to do. But what happened was, because she was more connected, right? Because she was connected more to her heart. She was in that place of flow. Her energy was magnetic. So even taking the same actions, her results were magnetized, right? They were more powerful. She could do a post or send an email and it had far more power, right? That's what I want you to get. It has far more power. It's the energy that creates. And that is really connected to the feminine, being connected to your heart, being connected to that creative part of you, that expression, and just allowing yourself to be guided, So if you are, especially if you have come, say, from a corporate background, you're ambitious, you're a high achiever, then just take the time and just have a think about, where's your dominant energy? How are you operating right now? And how would you prefer to operate? Like, I still feel like masculine energy is at my core, right? I still do feel like that, but I'm way more connected to my feminine. And more and more, I'm stepping more and more into the feminine, and I feel like I've got a good balance. Sometimes, it's interesting in times of doubt, in times of fear, which we all still experience. I mean, I've got processes to help me shift things quickly, but the moments when I still do have doubts, I immediately revert to that masculine energy, which is, oh my God, I need to figure this out. How do I make it happen? Whereas the feminine energy, like I said, it's more connected, it's trusting, it's allowing it to flow, right? It's allowing the creation, the expression to come, and it's trusting that you will be guided. And the more I do that, the more fun I have, the more my business expands. And so I want that for you too. So I hope this has been helpful, explaining the different energies. And, like I said, just really tune into where you're at with your energy, what's most dominant for you, and perhaps look at where you can make some shifts. If you want to operate more from a place of ease and flow, then look at some things that can help ground your feminine energy, connect you back to your feminine energy, align your energy, and go from there. So I hope that's been helpful. And just one little quick mention, Aligned Abundance will be starting so soon on the 12th of January. This is my little mini intensive course, which I finished round 1 a little while ago. It was so exciting. The women loved it. There were so many shifts. The processes I teach can absolutely be applied to any area of your life. I mean, I love helping women take those quantum leaps in business, but it can be applied to any area of your life. And it's really about aligning your energy, releasing the limitations and beliefs that are blocking you so you can manifest your desires faster. So the link is in the show notes if you want to check it out. So excited for the women that have already jumped in, and I will chat to you over on the next episode. Bye for now. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. I hope you loved what you heard here and are excited for your expansion. If it resonated with you, then please screenshot this podcast and share it with your friends, and hashtag Soul Aligned Business Babes. And please rate and review so I can spread the word and keep bringing you more goodness. If you're not already following me on social media, come and join the party for extra inspiration and teachings. I do live trainings in my Facebook group, which you can join at facebook.com/groups/soulaligned.bb. You can follow me on Instagram at I am Susan Francis, or come to my website at susanfrancis.com.au and download your free manifestation meditation and check out what programs I'm currently offering. I'm so excited you joined me here today and can't wait to share the next episode with you. Until then, remember you are powerful beyond measure and your success is inevitable.